Darrin Treloar over in the pits with me now. Darrin, good to see you out back in the country again. How did the practice go?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. The track's good, but there's not too much options where you can ride. There's a good line and there's a slippery line, so you know if you're out in front, it'll be all right. But if you want to pass, you go on a different line and you're going to spin up. So it's only early yet. See how the weather holds out, and that's all we can do, really.
Obviously, after losing the championship last year, very much a point to prove back in England this year.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, but I didn't have much of a season back at home last year, and I'm just sort of getting back on my feet now. But you know, we've come here pretty strong. I'm fit, good equipment. You know, we're right to go. So we come here to try and take our title back. But you know, a long way to go yet. It's
great to see you back in the country after what really was a horrendous crash over in Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't what I was expecting. You know, I was only back for a week and had that. So you know, but that's racing, they say.
Going on to some of the other circuits, the next one is at Oxford, which is quite a small speedway track. Will you be able to adapt to that?
Yeah, there's no worries. I don't mind big or small. Don't worry me. You know, you go to different tracks, different techniques, you know, and that brings the combination of the rider and the passenger and the setup of the bike out. You know, the best man wins on the day. So we like a challenge and we're up for it. So we'll see how we go.
Have you altered the bike at all since you come back from practice?
No, just had an old tyre on for practice. Just put a new tyre on for the first race and just see how we go.
Thanks, Adam. We wish very best luck today.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Race 1 should see number 14, James Rogers and Mark Cassar. Number 22, Gary Radley and Roy Bloor. 30, George Penfold and Tony Heath. 43, Roy Spreadbury and Steve Kinchin. Number 50, Martyn Newnham and Kieran Arnell. And number 83, Rob King, Dave William. Mechanic there, Ray Westbrook, right on the scene, but only have 2 minutes from being called under starters orders to get the machine going, and it doesn't look like they're going to make it in this one. So a 5-horse race. James Rogers, Gary Radley, Roy Spreadbury, Martyn Newnham, Rob King. That's the lineup for the first qualifier of this afternoon's Super Cup. Starters happy? There they go. Alpha leather in the first corner. James Rogers gets there first. James Rogers it is that powers down that back straight. Roy Spreadbury in third and pushing for second at the moment as they enter that turn to my right. I don't know what end, the changing room end, showers end. Here they come then, 14. James Rogers leads it. Martyn Newnham goes a little bit whoopsie there, and Roy Spreadbury is right on the coast. As Roy Spreadbury goes into the lead, James Rogers' bike stops. It's all action here at Collier Street. Martyn Newnham now tries to round Roy Spreadbury. Roy Spreadbury see that little gap there and charge straight through it. Roy Spreadbury now in the lead. From Martyn Newnham in second place. 22 retires. Gary Radley and Roy Bloor retire to the centre green. That's a shame. See them breaking down in this first leg, but there's other races. The points could be made back up. Here they come then, round that turn. The last lap flag is out. It's Roy Spreadbury and Steve Kinchin back with a vengeance from Martyn Newnham and Kieran Arnell. Then Rob King and Dave Williams. And struggling at the back, James Rogers and Mark Cassar. Shame to see that. They led this one quite convincingly from the start there, but a little splutter and misfire caused them to go to the back of the field. Round the last turn then, for the last time, Roy Spreadbury making it have it. From Martyn Newnham in second place. And Rob King and Dave Williams. James Rogers and Mark Cassar bringing up the rear. Rating from the top down, number 14, James Rogers and Mark Cassar score 3 points. Number 22, Gary Radley and Roy Bloor, no score. Number 30, George Penfold and Tony Heath, no score. 43, Rob Spreadbury and Steve Kinchin, 7 points for the win. Number 50, Martyn Newnham and Kieran Arnell, 5 points. And number 83, Rob King and Dave Williams, 4 points. The winner's time, 1 minute 37.49 seconds. 1 minute 37.49 seconds. Number 7, Paul Johnson. This afternoon, passenger by Tony Miles. cc Suzuki GSXR for Team Johnson. Steve Jewison and Jack Hargreaves coming up to the line. Problems there for Paul Johnson. Number 50, Martyn Newnham and Kieran Arnell, who had a second place finish last time out. Oh, we have 4 qualifying rides here, with the top 6 going into the final and the top 3 from the final going through to the main event this afternoon. So every point counts here in the Super Cup qualifier. Looks like we've 4 riders only, no George Penfold. Martyn Newnham and Kieran Arnell come back to the line. Rob King and Dave Williams look ready to go. Steve Jewison and Jack Hargreaves lining up for their first ride of the afternoon, along with Paul Johnson and Tony Miles. Away they go then. Into the first turn, Steve Jewison gets the crack. Oh, and a little bit of a nudge and a shove there as they go to that first turn, but everybody seems happy as they come out of the corner. Paul Johnson seems to have settled himself nicely into a first place there. Steve Jewison gone back down to 3rd. Rob King up into 2nd place. Steve Jewison challenges round the outside. Not a lot of grip to be had there on the outside lines. Paul Johnson and Tony Miles lead it. From Rob King and Dave Williams in 2nd place. Now look at Steve Jewison trying to come back at him from that 3rd to take that 2nd place. He's gone right round the outside. Can he hold on to it? No, he's placed right up in that boost by those boards, and back he's gone into 4th place. This could be a case of trying too hard. There goes Jack Hargreaves and the whole outfit spun over. I think we ought to have a red flag there, gentlemen. The red flag, the race being stopped in the interest of safety. That did look very nasty. One of them's up on his feet. That looks actually like the passenger to me, Jack Hargreaves. So Steve Jewison is the one on the floor at the moment.
When that landing car I told him last time. Right, I think all we can do is literally all grab a corner. Yeah. Just grab a corner. We want 2 on the front at least, and 3 on the back. So there's 2 front, on the front. Yeah, got another one over here. Not with your arm, John. I got just a follow, we can hold it. Right, there you go.
Paul Johnson and Tony Miles come to the line on the Suzuki. James Rogers and Mark Kassar line up with their machine. Used to have Suzuki engines, I'm not sure what his power is these days. Number 50, Martyn Newnham and Kieran Arnell lining up on their Yamaha. Number 83, Rob King and Dave Williams pulling up on the inside. Looks like we could be running with only 4 riders, in which case only one will have to sit and watch. Which one will that be? They line up, they go down the first straight. Martyn Newnham packed up on the line. Problems there for him. He tries to restart the machine. Meanwhile, out on the front line. And absolutely going for gold in this one. Although if that man at the back there can't make up, these 3 will go through on block. It's 14, James Rogers and Mark Kassar from Rob King and Dave Williams. And then Paul Johnson and Tony Miles with number 50, Rob King and Martyn Newnham and Kieran Arnell bringing up the rear. Around the turn they come then, looking quite settled in amongst themselves as 14 leads it. James Rogers from Rob King, from Paul Johnson. Paul Johnson trying to make a move there in third place as Rob King takes a wide line and Paul Johnson spins it over. Paul Johnson tips it upside down on that circuit. Both riders are on the floor at the moment. The red flag is out and the race is being stopped. Well, it's all action here at the Super Cup already this afternoon, before the main event. Okay, so it must be Tony Miles that's receiving all the attention at the moment. Sad end to the qualifier really. It's been quite fraught throughout, hasn't it, with engines breaking down and machines tipping over. Let's hope that the main event goes much better. So practice now for the already qualified this afternoon. Riding 21 this afternoon, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. Steve Smith and Carl Squirrel on number 2. Roger Wynne and Ben Goddard on number 20.
Matt Fumarola and Andi Wilson with me now in the pits. Matt, you were the shot winners last year at 50 to 1. Have you had a bet on yourself this year?
No, every time we have a bet, it always brings us bad luck, so we don't bother. We just take the winnings, hopefully.
We spoke to you before you actually went out to practice. You've been out with practice. Have you changed anything on the bike since you've been back?
Just a few slight alterations. I pretty much got it set up at home, and it's worked pretty good. We just made a slight change, and hopefully that's going to help us out even more.
Andy, what's it like tucked in behind this guy?
Oh, it's great. I mean, we get on really well together. We work well as a team, and as I said to you before, it seems to be our time. You know, we're coming good. We're getting the results, and we're having fun doing it. So
it's good to see a young crew like yourself coming on, because some of the other lads are getting on a little. They might like me saying that, but you're probably one of the most up and coming crews in the country at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, you know, we're hopefully going to be around a lot longer, and we'll hopefully progress a bit more. And there is some new blood coming into the sport. I've done a few club meetings this year, and I was quite surprised, and well, nice surprise. So hopefully there's going to be a bit more blood coming through, and going to challenge us for more places.
In the Speedway Star halfway through last season, you were desperate for sponsorship. Did you get any response to that? Are you getting more sponsorship now?
We did have a little bit come our way, which we're really, really grateful for. But in this sport, you can never have enough sponsorship, and we're struggling now. But we'll just carry on like we do, and fingers crossed everything stays together.
Andy, what's the main difference between passing on the Speedway to passing on the grass track?
It all depends on the track, really. I mean, it's the same key elements. You've got to be smooth. You've got to watch what Matt's doing and just concentrate on what's going on around you. So every speedway race is different, every grass track race is different, so you can't really say speedway is different to grass track this way. You never know what you're going to face when you go out to race, so you know.
Now then, if anybody's got a spare 50 pence in their pocket, is it worthwhile having a bet on you today?
I'll tell you after the first race, eh?
Thanks very much, gentlemen.
Cheers. Thank you.
Riding number 1, previous winner of the Super Cup, Darrin Treloar and Justin Plaisted. Start in race 1. Look out for Steve Smith and Carl Squirrel. Always a formidable team. Craig Cheetham and Kev Williams. Don't see much of them on grass these days, but they do go on the speedway. Rob Wilson and Ian Whale, always a favourite down here in Kent. Paul Whitelam and Tony Baseby. Paul Whitelam, we know him as the pocket rocket on the grass, and he certainly goes very, very well. In recent weeks he's been on the rostrum more times than not, and generally in that first place. So I think we could be one short on the first race. Trying to see who that might be. Riders in red, Darrin Treloar and Justin Plaisted coming up to the line. I can see the blue hats of Steve Smith and Carl Squirrel. I can see the green hats of Craig Cheetham and Kev Williams. The yellow hats of Rob Wilson and Ian Whale. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bike Broker World Sidecar Super Cup. As they line up for race 1, Steve Smith is there and ready to go. Craig Cheetham comes into line. Rob Wilson's coming into line. Simon Wall. Darrin Treloar. And Paul Whitelam. Paul Whitelam looks like he's got problems. He's back on the centre green. Quite know what's going on. He might have a clutch problem. He may be wanting to come from the rear of the starting grid. Under starters orders, the revs rise. The tapes fly and here they come. Down the first straight they go. Hell for leather into the first corner. It's the Aussies. Darrin Treloar, flat first for Justin Plaisted as they come out of that turn. Look at the man on the wide outside. Steaming down the back straight, Simon Wall is in second place. It is the Aussie. It is Darrin Treloar with Justin Plaisted out in front in the Super Cup for the first race of the afternoon as they come past the commentary box. It's Darrin Treloar, Simon Wall, Craig Cheetham, Steve Smith, Rob Wilson. All right, them stuck on the centre green at the moment. So the other 5 continue, and it is Darrin Treloar and Justin Wasted who are really going for gold here this afternoon and setting the pace for the others to beat. Here they come again. Darrin Treloar and Justin Wasted from Simon Wall and Kev Jones, Craig Cheatham and Kev Williams. Then Steve Smith and Carl Squirrel and Rob Wilson. Ian Whale trying to come through from 5th to 4th as they go down that back straight. He just gets his nose in front. But the fight is on there. The last lap flag goes, and Darrin Treloar and Justin Wasted are showing that they are still the kings of this circuit. The kings of the Super Cup as they power out of that turn and down that back straight. Just half a lap left in this race now. Well clear on the front line. Darrin Treloar and Justin Wasted squirt that throttle one more time out of that corner. A bit of a wide line, but it's a fast one, and a win for Darrin Treloar and Justin Wasted. From Simon Wall and Kev Jones, Craig Cheatham and Kev Williams, Rob Wilson and Ian Whale and Steve Smith, Carl Squirrel. Race 1 of the Super Cup this afternoon. A cracking win. He knows how to open an account, this boy. Number 1, top of the page there in the red square, give him 7 points. Dropping down to the blue square, 2 points. Down a square to the green square, 4 points. Down to the yellow square, 3 points. Into the white square, no points. And into the grey square, 5 points. From the top then, 7, 2, 4, 3, 0, 5. That's the result of the first race. 1 minute 27.66 seconds, 59.13 miles per hour. That's the time to beat. Can anybody here do it? That result again from the top down, 7, 2, 4, 3, 0, 5. The winner's time, 1 minute 27.66 seconds. The average speed, 59.13 miles per hour. Riding number 7 here, that lovely red machine in front of me. Nick Edmonds and Paul James, all the way from New Zealand, come to do battle this afternoon. The Aussies took the first race. Can the Kiwis take the second? There to give him a run for his money. Number 8, Paul Bickley and Paul Silvera. Number 9, Mick Cave and Dave Hogan. Number 10, from Aussie, Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe. And number 11, Gary Jackson, Carl Pugh, and again from Australia, number 12, Andrew Cleve and Dave Power. They were the ones who went to be the favourites this afternoon. And it looks like they're not actually out there at the moment. Only 5 going in this one, and no Andrew Cleve, Dave Power. Pit gate is closed, so doesn't look like there's anybody else coming onto the track. So a 5-horse race this one, as we line up for the race 2 of the Super Cup. Tapes flying, here they go down into the first turn. It's all a bit of a bunch as they go into that first corner there. Powering out to the far side. Really going for it down that back straight. Looks like the Kiwi fellas to me, but the old eyesight's going and they're a bit blurred through the binoculars. Absolutely flying, and there they go. Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe. Would help they put a number on that bike. Round they come, miles clear of everybody else in the yellow hats. Second place is Gary Jackson and Carl Pugh. And there's a big battle going on there for 3rd, 4th and 5th places as they regularly change hands. Down that back straight they come then. The Aussie Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe is miles clear. Looks like it's going to be an Australian Super Cup. Gary Jackson and Carl Pugh in second. Then it's Nick Edmonds and Paul James from New Zealand. Then it's Mick Cave and Dave Hogan. Oh, the race continuing. The checkered flag is going to be out this time. Around the last turn for the last time, Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe take the win. Be interesting to get their time. Gary Jackson and Mick Stace in second. Then Nick Edmonds and Paul James. Then Mick Cave and Dave Hogan and Paul Bickley, Paul Silvera. Official result for you in a moment. Official result of race 2. Look across number 7 and into the white square. Right, 4 points. Down to the blue square, 2 points. Down to the green square, 3 points. Down to the yellow square, 7 points. Into the red square, 5 points. And into the grey square, no score. So that result again then, from the top down, 4, 2, 3, 7, 5, 0, 1 minute 28.40 seconds, an average speed of 58.64 miles per hour. From the top, 4, 2, 3, 7, 5, 0, 128.40, 58.64. This is the start for John Halsey, Duncan Tolhurst. Away they go down the first straight, a bit of a buck and a jump there into the first turn. Either Matthews goes through, but he's only made it into second place. Scorching down that back straight, looks like 17, Matt Fumarola and Andi Wilson, with Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace in second place, and here they come. John Halsey and Duncan Tolhurst are right side by side, having a little archy-barchy as they go round that corner. John Halsey just moves it up into second place. Ivor Matthews holding on to his third, and Matt Fumarola, the sensation of the Super Cup last year, is absolutely flying here again this afternoon. Can he do the double? Matt Fumarola and Andi Wilson, Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace, John Halsey and Jason Glen, Duncan Tolhurst and Nicky Owen, John Hiscock and Nick Waters. Oh, bad luck for Matt Tyrrell as he's stopped on that far turn. There goes the last lap flag of 17. Matt Fumarola and Andi Wilson lead this one. Paul Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. Then 13, John Halsey and Jason Glennie. From Duncan Tolhurst and Nicky Owen holding on to fourth. And John Hiscock. Nick Waters in fifth. Round the last turn they come then. Really going for it. The checkered flag goes for number 17. Matt Fumarola and Andi Wilson. From Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. John Halsey, Jason Glennie, Duncan Tolhurst, Nicky Owen, and John Hiscock, Nick Waters. Yellow square for 13, John Halsey and Jason Glennie put 4 points. Underneath that, in the blue square, 3 points. Underneath that, in the green square, 5 points. Underneath that, in the red square, no points. In the white square, 7 points, and in the grey square, 2 points. The winner's time was 1 minute 30.15 seconds, a speed of 57.50 miles per hour.
How's my band doing?
In this race, number 22 will be James Rogers, number 23 will be Rob King, number 24 should be Martyn Newman, but he doesn't seem to have shown. So, on we are for race 4, and away they go down the first straight. Another nice even break as they go down into that first turn. 21 shoots in the lead, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. With James Rogers and Mark Cassar in hot pursuit in second place. They were the winners of the qualifier, and they're out there in second place at the moment. 21 then, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley leading this one. From James Rogers and Mark Cassar in second place. Then it's Richard Moore and Rob Winspear, known as Team Skeleton in the trade. Richard Moore makes a move up on the back wheel of James Rogers. Not quite enough to do it this time. At half distance it is 21. Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley from James Rogers from Richard Moore. Richard Moore again trying the inside run round that turn, but not quite making it. Here they come again then. Richard Moore making big movements in that third place. He wants that second place. Peter Lloyd holding on to it with just one lap to go. Those three outfits clear of the others. Rob King and Roger Wynne bringing up the rear there. With half a lap remaining. 21, Peter Lloyd is well clear of James Rogers. And look at that man coming through on the inside. It's Archie Bargee as they come through. There goes the checkered flag. A win for Peter Lloyd. Second for Richard Moore. And third place to James Rogers. An interesting race that puts the cat amongst the pigeons. 5 points. In the silver square, put 2 points. In the green square, 7 points. In the yellow square, 4 points. In the white square, 3 points. And the blue square, no score. The winner's time was 1 minute 30.99 seconds, an average speed of 57.97 miles per hour. Well, just before these solos get underway, 59.13 average speed by Darrin Treloar puts him favourite for the afternoon. The Aussies are doing extremely well here on the British soil. They came to conquer. These are the international solos for this afternoon, and a cracking line-up here. For race 5, Trevor Banks, Andrew Appleton, Jeremy Doncaster, Maik Groen, Nick Simmons, Mitch Godden, Paul Cooper and Jim Groen, and there they go. Problems for Jim Groen. He didn't have his bike in gear on the start. Jeremy Doncaster makes the best start, coming out of that first turn first. It looks like, who does that look like? Looks like Mickey Groen going down the outside and taking the lead from Jeremy Doncaster. So the foreigners are winning on British soil this afternoon. They're giving us a hammer, and it's Maik Groen from Jeremy Doncaster, from Andrew Appleton, from Paul Cooper, Trevor Banks, Mitch Godden, and Jim Groen bringing up the rear. Well, Maik Groen then certainly got the bit between his teeth. Quite a regular here at the Tunbridge circuit. Showing a clean pair of heels to Jeremy Doncaster at the moment as they come down through it. Maik Groen, Jeremy Doncaster, Andrew Appleton, Paul Cooper, Trevor Banks and Mitch Godden. And Jim Groen bringing up the rear. Very, very fast action indeed. Be interesting to get an average speed on this lot as they come out of that turn and down past the finish line here on the last lap now. It is Maik Groen from Jeremy Doncaster. Jeremy Doncaster makes the move. He's going through on the inside. He shows him the front wheel. Maik Groen winds up the throttle, sits back on that back mudguard. Gets the drive as he comes into the last turn. Jeremy comes again. Here they come round the last turn then. It's going to be close action, but Maik Groen is hanging on to it. There's the checkered flag. Maik Groen takes the win from Jeremy Doncaster, Andrew Appleton, Paul Cooper, Trevor Banks, Mitch Godden and Jim Groen. Official result for you in a moment. Well, quickly then, the result of race 5 was... Oh, well, can't do it like that, can I? From the top down the score chart. From the top then, in the top box it's 4 points. Then, next one down is 6 points. Then it's 8 points, 10 points, 0 score, 3, 5 and 2. 1 minute 24.09 seconds, an average speed of 61.64 miles per hour. This is the other half of the solo event. We look for Martyn, Sturgeon, Vince Kinchin, Neville Tatum, Glen, Phillips, Denham, Jason Bunyan, Martyn Williams and Steve Braidford. That's the lineup. Here they go. Steve Braidford makes the start from the outside. He's got a wide line round that first turn. He's got the motor really humming and he goes out of that straight a good 10 yards, 20 yards in front of everybody else as he goes down into the next turn. Super smooth looking style. He trapped well. He rode right round the outside of all of them on that first turn. He's really going for it this afternoon. It's Steve Braidford from Jason Bunyan, from Glen Phillips, from Denham, then Martyn, Sturgeon and Neville Tatum side by side. Then Vince Kinchin. And it's all hot stuff on the front line as Steve Braidford sticks to his wider line. Jason Bunyan trying to make up ground on the inside there. It's Steve Braidford, Jason Bunyan, Glen Phillips, Lewis Denham, Martyn Sturgeon, Neville Tatum, Kinchin. And bringing up the rear at the moment, Martyn Williams. Round that pit's turn, and it's all exciting stuff as they trap out of that corner, and the last lap flag is out for Steve Braidford from Jason Bunyan, Glen Phillips, Lewis Denham, Neville Tatum, then Martyn Sturgeon, Kinchin and Martyn Williams. Positions remaining unchanged at the moment as they come into the last turn. Who's that making that move up in third, trying to catch up with Jason Bunyan, the man in fourth trying to catch up with him, and they go by. It's Steve Braidford, it is Jason Bunyan, Lewis Denham, and they came too fast for me after that. Another cracking race here at the Super Cup. Well, quickly then if we can, the result of race 6. Number 20, David Howe, no score. Number 25, Neville Tatum, scored 4. Roger Lobb, no score. Glen Phillips, scored 6. Lewis Denham scored 5, Jason Bunyan scored 8, Martyn Williams scored 1, Steve Braidford scored 10, Martyn Sturgeon scored 3, Kinchin scored 2. The winner's time was 1 minute 24.82 seconds, 61.11 miles per hour. So very close on the times there. Exciting biting for the solo classes this afternoon. From the top going down, no score, 4, no score, 6, 5, 8, 1, 10, and the reserve scoring 3 and 2. 1 minute 24.02, 61.11 miles per hour. We're back with the Super Cup, and here they go. All clumped together in the first corner. Man in the black crash helmet going right round the outside. Darrin Treloar and Justin Playstead do it again. The Aussies have come to conquer, riding that wider line than anybody else, getting the speed up, holding and maintaining that speed right the way around the circuit. He's forgotten all about those inside marker pegs. He just wants to watch the boards. Round they come then. Alpha Leather at the Super Cup. Darrin Treloar and Justin Playstead are leading this one. In the blue helmet, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley, they had a win first time out. They're scoring very consistently here this afternoon with a second place this time if they can stay there. With John Horsey and Jason Glennie. Well, I thought was one of the favourites to be top Englishman here this afternoon, but the Aussies have come to conquer. One more lap to go. Darrin Treloar and Justin Playstead making no mistakes here in round 1. Just half a lap, or less than half a lap to go as he now comes round that last turn. This will be the second checkered flag of the afternoon he's taken. On a maximum score, Darrin Treloar and Justin Playstead. From Terry Madley in second. John Horsey in third. And the excitement builds, but the Aussies are leaving us standing. Race 7 then in them coloured squares from the top down, race 7. Number 1 in the grey square, or black square, that's 7 points for Darrin Treloar and Justin Playstead. Moving down to the yellow box, 3 points. Moving down to the white box, 2 points. Moving down to the green box, 4 points. Move down to the red box, 1 point. Move to the blue box, 5 points. 1 minute 25.88 seconds, 60.36 miles per hour. From the top, 7, 3, 2, 4, 1, 5. 1 minute 25.88, 60.36 miles per hour. Race 8 coming to do battle then. Riding in the white helmet, Steve Smith and Carl Squirrel. Riding in the green helmet, Simon Wall and Kev Jones. In the grey helmet, number 10, Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe. They had a win first time out. Riding in the yellow helmet, 14, Duncan Tolhurst and Nicky Owen. Riding in the red helmets, 18, John Hiscock and Nick Walters. And in the blue helmets, James Rogers and Mark Cossar. That's the lineup for race 8. Number 10 closest to me on the line here is Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe from Australia. They had a win first time out. They mean business here and away they go. No messing off that start line. They are absolutely gone. He has lightning reflexes. I could see the tape move myself and he was gone with it. Out down that back straight he goes. Miles clear of everybody else already. Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe. They keep going like this. We won't invite them next year, will we? Round they come. Showing us the way home, Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe from Simon Wall and Kev Jones. Then it's Duncan Tolhurst and Nicky Owen holding on to that third place, with John Hiscock and Nick Walters in fourth. Well, the Aussies are certainly making us all look a bit stupid this afternoon. Just look at the speed of that machine as it comes out of that turn, absolutely online. No stopping him whatsoever. What I think would be interesting at this point was to let the Aussies and the Brits change machinery and see how they go then. Around they come then. Not taking anything away from these Aussies, they are the masters of this sidecar grass track. Around they come, they're proving that, you can't take it away from them. Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe from Simon Wall and Kev Jones. Duncan Tolhurst, Nick Owen, John Hiscock, Nick Walters, Steve Smith, Carl Squirrel, and James Rogers, Mark Cossar bringing up the rear there. The checkered flag comes out. Another, what's that? 75-yard advantage. Crossing the line, Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe. From Simon Wall and Kev Jones, Duncan Tolhurst, Nicky Owen, John Hiscock, Nick Walters, Steve Smith, Carl Squirrel. Well, problems, that did sound a bit nasty as he pulled the cut out there, cruising across the line, James Rogers and Mark Cossar. Official result in a moment. 2 in the white square, scored 2 points. Number 6 in the green square, scored 5 points. Number 10 in the grey square, scored 7 points. Number 14 in the yellow square, 4 points. 18, red square, 3 points. 22, blue square, 1 point. The winner's time was 1 minute 25.32 seconds, an average speed of 60.75 miles per hour. Top then, points scored 2, 5, 7, 4, 3, 1. 1 minute 25.32 seconds, 60.75 miles per hour. On to race 9. On the grey square it is Craig Cheetham and Kevin Williams. On the yellow helmets then, Nick Edmonds and Paul James from New Zealand. In the green helmets, Gary Jackson and Carl Pugh. In the red helmets, Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. In the white helmets, Richard Moore and Rob Winspear, Team Skeleton. And in the blue square, Rob King and Dave Williams. Six runners in this one. They stand on the line. The marshal is happy and away they go. Another good even break as they hammer up into that first turn. Ivan Matthews takes the inside line. Team Skeleton take the outside. No, not Team Skeleton. Craig Cheetham takes the outside and he gains an advantage over Ivan Matthews as they go down that straight. It is Craig Cheetham leading. Ivan Matthews in second place. Ivan Matthews tries the outside. Oh, and in so doing he has let that man through on the inside. That does look like Team Skeleton. 19, Team Skeleton, Richard Moore and Rob Winspear said, thank you very much, Ivor, we'll have that. Ivor's gone up into second place, Craig Cheetham down to third, down the back straight they go, and absolutely pulling away is Richard Moore. And Rob Winspear, the Team Skeleton. They slide a little wide there, Ivan Matthews is trying on the inside, he switches to the outside, he's going to try an outside line on this corner, then he'll cut back on through on the inside to try and nick him on the exit of the corner. No, he didn't, he stayed wide. Didn't gain any advantage that time. Team Skeleton win, they lead in the driving seat at the moment. Ivan Matthews in second place and really pushing hard to try and make up some lost ground. Richard Moore in third. Nick Edmonds in fourth. Rob King bringing out the rear there in fifth place. Told Gary Jackson, oh there he is, Gary Jackson's out on the far side there, on the centre green. Well, there's the checkered flag, and here they come, out of the last turn for the last time. 19, Richard Moore takes it. Well, Ivan Matthews in second, Craig Cheetham down there in third. Exciting stuff here at the Super Cup. Race 9, in that grey square, rider number 3 scored 4 points. In the green square, rider number 6, Simon Wall, scored 5 points. I'm in the wrong line, aren't I? I'm in the wrong line. Race 9, 3, Craig Cheetham in the grey square scored 4 points. I think I'll stick to my squares. The yellow square gets 3 points. The green square gets no score. The red square gets 5 points. White square, 7 points. Blue square, 2 points. The winner's time, 1 minute 29.06 seconds. A speed of 58.2 miles per hour. Put some names to these colours, but really haven't got the time to do it, and it's a little complicated the further over the page you get. We're on to race 10. We look for Rob Wilson and Ian Whale riding in blue. We look for Paul Bickley and Paul Silvera riding in white. Paul Johnson coming out in place of Andrew Cleve and Dave Power riding in yellow helmets. Then number 16, Matt Fumarola and Sean Yates ride in green. Roger Wynne rides in red. Gary Radley's riding in yellow. I think it's Gary Radley that's coming out in yellow, not Paul Johnson. So where you see 12, Andrew Cleve and Dave Power, that will be Gary Radley, I'm told. Here they come then, flat out round that turn, and number 20 is leading. Roger Wynne and Ben Goddard from Paul Bickley and Paul Silvera in second place. Those two are well cleared, a little bit of bunching up there in that third, fourth and fifth spot. They all mean business and they all want it, and the blue helmets come through. Rob Wilson and Ian Whale move up into third place. Alpha Leather. The sun is starting to shine. Who said we were trying to beat the weather this afternoon? The sun's come out now. Round they come then. Roger Wynne and Ben Goddard leading down that back straight. From Paul Bickley and Paul Silvera in second. Rob Wilson and Ian Whale in third. Then the green helmets of Matt Fumarola and Sean Yates. Holding on to fourth place. Followed by Nick Radley. It should have been Martyn Newnham at the back. Out comes the checkered flag as they round the last turn. Rob Wilson's going for it. Rob Wilson's trying to come through from third to second. The win goes to Roger Wynn from Paul Bickley, Rob Wilson and Matt Tyrrell. That's the finishing order. Another great race here in the Super Cup. Race 10 in the blue square, 4 points. In the white square, 5 points. In the yellow square, no score. The green square, 3 points. In the red square, 7 points. And in the grey square, 1 point. Reserve Gary Radley scored 2 points. The winner's time, 1 minute 29.63 seconds, an average speed of 57.83 miles per hour. The solos are back. Race 11 in your programme, the start mouth of Route away, and here they come down the first straight into the turn. Paul Cooper gets there first. Paul Cooper leads into the left turn, and Jeremy Doncaster makes the rush around the outside. He picks it up. Trevor Banks comes through on the inside. It's Jeremy Doncaster from Trevor Banks, from Paul Cooper. Who would have thought, with all the young talent out there in that race, it'll be the 2 old stages, 1 and 2 out of the first turn. It's 6, Jeremy Doncaster that leads from Trevor Banks, from Paul Cooper. From Kinchin. And the race continues with Jeremy Doncaster right out in front. He's unlikely to make a mistake, I think, at this time of his career. As he comes out of that turn and he goes half distance. Jeremy Doncaster, Trevor Banks, Paul Cooper, Vince Kinchin, Lewis Denham, Martyn Sturgeon, Martyn Williams. Vince Kinchin have a right ball battle there with Paul Cooper. Paul Cooper just hanging on to it. Vince Kinchin means to take it. They come into that pit turn. Paul Cooper lines it up early. Vince Kinchin's trying to come round the outside. Meanwhile, on the front line is Jeremy Doncaster from Trevor Banks. Vince Kinchin gets through into third. Paul Cooper bites back for it. He comes back into that third place. Vince Kinchin's going to try that run right round the outside. Lewis Denham sitting in there waiting for both to make a mistake. Lewis Denham came to it now on Vince Kinchin. Out on the front line, miles clear of everybody else. It is number 6, Jeremy Doncaster, as the checkered flag falls. A win for Donkey, second for Trevor Banks, third for Paul Cooper, Vince Kinchin, Lewis Denham, Martyn Sturgeon and Martyn Williams. Well, race 11 is race 7 in your score chart unless you've altered it, but it is really race 11. From the top down, the points scored are 8, 10, 0, 6, 0, 0, 4, 2, and the reserve scoring 3 and 5 respectively. The race time was 1 minute 21.99 seconds and the fastest time of the day so far is 63.22 miles per hour. Here we go with race 12, underway, right on time there. Into the first turn they go. Neville Tatum picks it up early on that run into the first turn. He's gone out wide, he's picking up the drive and he's flat out down that straight. It is Neville Tatum that leads it then. Neville Tatum going a little bit wide. Is that Mickey Groen coming up on the inside? Certainly looks like him. Mick Groen is in second place. Jason Bunyan in third. Neville Tatum leads. And the sun is shining on the Honourable. You can tell I'm not out there. I'm not honourable. Round they come. Making a little bit of dust fly. 25. Neville Tatum from Jason Bunyan, from Mickey Groen there in third. Mickey Groen had a win first time out. Neville Tatum, I can't remember what he did, but he wasn't too good. 5th place first time out, but he's out with a win on this one. He's really going for it. He means business here this afternoon. The last lap flag goes out. It's Neville Tatum from Jason Bunyan, from Mickey Groen, from Glen, Phillips, from Andrew Appleton. From Steve Braidford, Mitch Godden and Jim Groen. Well, who would have thought the way Andrew Appleton went here the other week that he wouldn't be winning this here this afternoon. He's down in 4th place at the moment. There goes the checkered flag, a win for 25. Neville Tatum from Jason Bunyan, from Maik, Glen Phillips, Andrew Appleton, Steve Braidford, Mitch Godden and Jim Groen. Race 12. Rider number 4, Andrew Appleton, scored 4 points. Rider 7, Maik Groen, scored 6 points. Rider number 9, Mitch Godden, scored 2 points. Rider 14, Jim Groen, 1 point. 25, Neville Tatum, 10 points. 42, Glen Phillips, 5 points. 84, Jason Bunyan, 8 points. 215, Steve Braidford, 3 points. Winner time. Winner's time, 1 minute 24.16 seconds, and average speed of 61.52 miles per hour.
Fuse with either 2 second places so far. You were climbing all over Richard Moore in the second outing. How have things gone for you?
I don't think, but I'd to be pulling left out the gate, not making the best of gates, so reasonably pleased with 2 seconds, although I had 5 seconds last year and didn't get straight into the A, so I'd like a win in there somewhere if I could.
A lot of track preparation going on at the moment, so obviously there might be a bit more drive next time you go out.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, it's starting to get a bit slick again now. We've just got to move around on the lines and see if we can find it, really.
I know you were here yesterday and saw the appalling conditions. They've worked miracles to get this track for racing at all, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way we could have got out of there today with the lack of ground clearance we've got on the speedway bike. So I guess we've got what we've got as a result of the conditions. So I'm not complaining. It's certainly no better or worse than it has been under these conditions other times. So you just have to make the best of it.
But absolutely flying again, aren't they?
Yeah, well, you don't really expect them to do anything other. I think we're struggling this year, lack of speedway rides. I've had 1 ride this year on the speedway before coming here. So lack of race fitness on the speedway bikes, I think, is playing a part. But again, we just keep plugging away. We hopefully getting closer to them every year, which is the idea.
Interesting, the next round at Oxford, a bit of a tight track there, could produce some interesting racing.
Yeah, it'll certainly be tight. I've only been there once myself before, and mind the tractor. It is tight, but again, same for everybody. So there you go.
Any alteration to the bike at sort of before you?
Yeah, I mean, we change things after every race, to be honest. Say that's what you need if you're going to go quicker. So that's what we're trying to do.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You can quickly sneak off if you want to. There will be about a quarter of an hour interval whilst we water and prepare the track. So race 13 then. Simon Wall and Kev Jones come onto the line with 10 points. Nick Edmonds and Phil James on 7 points. Duncan Tullos, Nicky Owen on 7 points. Ivan Matthews, Mick Stace on 10 points. James Rogers and Mark Cassar on 5 points. And Rob King, Dave Williams on 5 points. Starting man says get your wheels up here. We are about to get on the way with race 13. Freshly watered circuit. With the track loosened enough to do the job. 6 riders come to do battle. The Star Marshal's happy with the ride. Down the first straight they go. Darrin Treloar pulls a bit of a wheeling. Out of the turn to go, and it is Ivan Matthews and Mick Stace that make it to the front. Simon Wall seems to have problems. Ivan Matthews, Mick Stace, well clear of the rest of the field as he comes out of that turn. Nice tight inside line there for Ivan Matthews and Mick Stace. Followed by 22, James Rogers. The man who came in from the qualifier, won that qualifying event earlier this afternoon, and he's come into the main event and he's holding second place at the moment. Ivan Matthews and Mick powering it out of that turn. James Rogers in second place. Duncan Tullos and Nicky Owen in third. Then it's Rob King and Dave Williams. with Nick Edmonds and Paul James bringing up the rear there. Ivan Matthews, Mick Stace leading this one. James Rogers in second place. Duncan Trelloar's making a move now. In third, as he comes up underneath with James Rogers on their bench. James Rogers opens the throttle and pulls away the little one as they go down the back straight. Ivan Matthews is well clear. James Rogers is there, and Duncan Trelloar is pushing in third place as they come into the last turn. Duncan Trelloar goes in hard. It's Ivan Matthews and Mick Stace all the way to the checkered flag. Second place to James Rogers, third Duncan Trelloar, fourth Rob King, and fifth Nick Edmonds. Race 13 then, down from the top. Rider number 6 in that red box, no score. In the green box, 2 points. In the white box, 4 points. In the blue box, 7 points. In the grey box, 5 points. And in the yellow box, 3 points. The winner's time was 1 minute 32.09 seconds, a speed of 56.29 miles per hour. From the top, 0, 2, 4, 7, 5, 3, 1 minute 32.09, 56.29 miles per hour. Race 14 in the blue helmets, Paul Whitelam and Tony Baseby. In the red helmets, Paul Bickley and Paul Silvera. In the white helmets, John Halsey and Jason Glennie. In the yellow helmets, Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates. In the grey helmets, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. And the mystery rider goes in green in this one. And the reserve coming in here, I think, is Gary Radley. So we line up to do battle in this race 14. 16 there, Matt Tyrrell. 21, Peter Lloyd. Peter Lloyd on 12 points at the moment. The revs rise, the starting officials are happy, and away they go. Four wheelers there, John Halsey putting a wheelie that time, and whoever pulls the wheelie seems to miss the start, and he's gone in fourth place into that turn. Somebody's going right around the outside trying to make a long hold of it. Somebody in the middle poking his nose up. John Halsey gets the run through. John Halsey goes up into second place. It's Terry Madley that leads. Or is it? There's number 5. Paul Whitelam and Tony Baseby that leads. Paul Whitelam and Tony Baseby. Out on the front line there, John Halsey and Jason Glennie with a lot of point deficit to make up. They're in second place. They need to take that first. Meanwhile, the lower placings are changing as well. Round they come then. Paul Whitelam, John Halsey, Peter Lloyd. That's the top 3. Paul Whitelam leads it then. John Halsey coming right up on some side now as they come out of that turn. They'll see the last lap flag. It's Paul Whitelam and John Halsey. Paul Whitelam failed to score in his first ride, so he obviously needs the points as well as he powers out of that corner down that back straight for the last time. One more turn to make now to that checkered flag. Paul Whitelam looks unstoppable. It's Paul Whitelam and Kev Jones from John Halsey and Jason Glennie, followed by 21, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. Top in the blue box, 7 points. In the red box, 2 points. In the white box, 5 points. In the yellow box, 3 points. In the grey box, 4 points. In the green box, 0 score. And in the reserve, a 0 score. The winner's time, 1 minute 31.49 seconds, an average speed of 56.66 miles per hour. Race 15, and I can see number 9, Number 7, Paul Johnson and Tony Miles. Number 17, Matt Fumarola and Andi Wilson. They had a mixed score here this afternoon, 7 in their first ride and 1 point in their next ride. We're giving them 8 overall. Number 20, Roger Wynne and Ben Goddard on 9 points. John Hiscock. The revs rise, here they come. Another good even break and down to the far start they go. It's the little boy blues that seem to have come out in front. It's Darrin Treloar and Justin Plaisted, and no great shocks there, I don't suppose. The Aussies have come to conquer. Look at that man coming up there in second place, starting to worry the man at the front. Darrin Treloar and Justin Plaisted lead. Roger Wynne and Ben Goddard in second place. It could start to make a little bit of ground up, but I think Darrin Treloar heard him come in and he wound the throttle a little bit harder, and just look at him pulling away down that back straight. The sheer speed of these Aussie outfits, they certainly could teach us a lesson or two in sidecar design. Darrin Treloar just in place at half distance from Roger Wynne and Ben Goddard, from Matt Fumarola and Andi Wilson in third. Oh, the Aussies sure are out in front in this competition. They mean the business. Out goes the last lap flag for Darrin Treloar and Justin Plaisted. Roger Wynne and Ben Goddard. Matt Fumarola and Andi Wilson. See John Hiscock there in 5th place. Oh, that's what it looks like from here. Around they come then, the checkered flag goes, 3 rides, 3 wins for the Aussies. Ben Goddard in second, then Matt Fumarola, then Mick Cave. Bringing up the rear there, Paul Johnson. Race 15 at the top there in the blue box, 7 points. Going down in the green box, 2 points. In the red box, 3 points. In the white box, 0 score. In the grey box, 4. In the yellow box, 5. And in the reserves, 1. 1 minute 28.82 seconds, 58.66 miles per hour. Race 16 then coming to the line. In the red helmets in this one, Steve Smith and Carl Squirrel. In the blue helmets, Craig Cheetham and Kev Williams. In the green helmets, Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe. In the grey helmet, Gary Jackson, Carl Pugh. In the white helmets, John Hiscock and Nick Walters. Yellow helmets, Richard Moore and Rob Winspear, Team Skeleton. Here they come then, the riders for race 16 here at the Super Cup. Steve Smith, Carl Squirrel on the inside there. Craig Cheetham next to him. Then Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe with 2 rides and 2 wins to their credit this afternoon. Can they make it 3 in a row like Darrin Treloar? Off they go. Steve Smith's still on the line. Well, this is Johnny. He must have been neutral, but he's got 8 hard work now to catch that lot back up. Scott Christopher and Koppe out on the front line in those green helmets. Around they come then. Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe lead. From Richard Moore and Rob Winspear, Team Skeleton. And we often see them on the grass these days. Out and out speedway boys. Started on the grass, and I remember correctly, the Mason Aces meeting many years ago at Pure Water. I could tell you more about that, but I won't. Round they come. Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe from Richard Moore and Rob Winspear. All happening in second, third and fourth places, and problems for somebody in the white outfit. Looks like Gary Jackson got problems on the far side there. Around they come then. One more lap to go for Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe. Well, John Christopher is moving up into second and Richard Moore dropping down to third. Checkered flag comes out round the last turn for the last time. The Aussies are here. Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe take the win from Johnny Scott and Nick Walters. From Richard Moore and Rob Winspear. Then Craig Cheetham and Kev Williams. And then Steve Smith and Carl Squirrel bringing up the rear. Well, as the solos line up, race 16, the official result in that top red box, 2 points. In the blue box, 3 points. In the green box, 7 points. In the grey box, no score. In the white box, 5 points. In the yellow box, 4 points. 1 minute 29.93 seconds, 57.64 miles per hour. From the top down quickly, 2, 3, 7, 0, 5, 4. 1 minute 29.93, 57.64. On we go then. Race 17. We look for Trevor Banks, Mickey Groen, Nick Simmons, Mitch Godden, David Housen on starter, Neville Tatum, Lewis Denham and Jason Bunyan. And I believe coming in Martyn Sturgeon. Martyn Sturgeon is there, he's the closest one to me on the line, so I can't miss him. Starter not happy, he's waiting for Mitch Godden to come in the line. Starter is happy. And away they go. Lap out into that first turn. Trevor Banks picks it up. Trevor Banks goes through a slightly wide line there in the 3 riders there behind him all wearing red helmet. I believe Neville Tatum has gone up into second place. So it's Trevor Banks that leads. Neville Tatum in second as they come around that turn now. Down this straight, it is Trevor Banks. Around that turn they're going down the back straight. Neville Tatum taking the lead. Trevor Banks is in second place. Martyn Neville Tatum, Trevor Banks, Jason Bunyan. Those 3 now clear of the rest of the field. Down the straight they go. Neville Tatum looks behind him to see where Trevor is, and Trevor's at attack. Denham, don't know what happened to him, didn't see him. Martyn Sturgeon's pulled out with problems on the far side there. The last lap flag goes for Neville Tatum from Trevor Banks, from Jason Bunyan, from Mickey Groen, from Mitch Godden. And the mate looks like he's getting trouble. Jason Bunyan's there waiting to pounce in third place. There goes Lewis Denham. Out comes the checkered flag. In for 25, Neville Tatum from Trevor Banks, from Jason Bunyan, from Mickey Groen, from Mitch Godden. Race 17, points scored from the top down. 8, 5, 0, 4, 0, 10, 3 and 6. 1 minute 28.16 seconds, 52.8 miles per hour. From the top down, 8, 5, 0, 4, 0, 10, 3, 6. 1 minute 28.16, 58.8 miles per hour. Race 18, we look for Andrew Appleton, Jeremy Doncaster, Paul Cooper, Jim Groen, Glen Phillips, Martyn Williams, Steve Braidford and Vince Kinchin. On that last one, reserve number 15, Martyn Sturgeon, was a no score. 15, Martyn Sturgeon in race 17 was a no score. Race 18 then, on the line. One or two riders not looking very happy. All riders for this race then. Number 4, Andrew Appleton. Number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. Number 11, Paul Cooper. And number 6, Jim Groen. Number 42, Glen Phillips. 125, Martyn Williams. 215, Steve Braidford. And 18, Vince Kinchin. That's the lineup. For the Maik Broker 500cc Super Cup. Just come into the line, Jeremy Doncaster on the inside. Let's see what sort of a starting makes from there. Steve Braidford right in the middle, away they go. Course road from the outside as he goes down to that first turn. He's trying to ride around the outside of all of them, but it's a long way round. Jeremy Doncaster gets his nose in front, and who's at the red helmet giving him a run for his money down that back straight? Round they come then. Jeremy Doncaster's got it at the moment. Round the turn they come. Andrew Appleton in second. Paul Cooper showing up from 4th into 3rd and going back to 4th to fix the hands of Steve Braidford. Steve Braidford now sets his sights on the back wheel of Andrew Appleton, but Jeremy Doncaster is gone. He is absolutely flying. Out of that turn comes Jeremy Doncaster. Andrew Appleton in hot pursuit behind him, then Steve Braidford, Paul Cooper, Vince Kinchin, Glen Phillips, Jim Groen, and Martyn Williams. Steve Braidford gets past Andrew Appleton on that back straight. Andrew Appleton winds that throttle up behind him and chases hard. The last lap flag is out. It's Jeremy Doncaster from 215. Steve Braidford. Then it's Andrew Appleton in 3rd. Paul Cooper in 4th. Jeremy Doncaster in this one. He comes out of that last turn. The checkered flag is there. It's another win for Jeremy Doncaster from Steve Braidford, from Andrew Appleton, Paul Cooper, Glen Phillips, Kinchin, Jim Groen, and Martyn Williams. Result then of race 18. Result of race 18 in points from the top. The top box has 6 in it. The next one down has 10, followed by 5, 2, 0, 4, 1, and 8. And Vince Kinchin, number 18 in the reserve, scored 3. 1 minute 27.20 seconds, 59.44 miles per hour. Race 19. In the red helmets, we look for Nick Edmonds and Paul James. In the blue helmets, Andrew Cleve and Dave Power. In the green helmets, Matt Fumarola and Andi Wilson. In the yellow helmets, John Hiscock and Nick Walters. And in the grey helmets, Rob King and Dave Williams. And away they go. 5 only in this one. Around the turn they go. Gary Jackson, I'm told, not taking any further part this afternoon. So it looks like John Hiscock taking the lead in this one. John Hiscock leads from Nick Edmonds and Paul James in second place. All looking quite evenly at the moment. This might keep going on and off, so wrong with this. Number 18, John Hiscock. And we're all carnage on that bottom turn. Carnage on that bottom turn. 2 outfits overturned. Red flag so rightly straight out. The race being stopped in the interest of safety. The first aiders are on their way to the scene. Number 23, Rob King and Dave Williams certainly in amongst it there. And the other outfit seems to be Matt Fumarola and Andi Wilson. Well, I'm sure those riders will go back to the Parc Fermé and we'll sort out this incident. And then there must be a rerun of race 19. I won't ask you to bring me one back, it'll be melted for you, get here. Oh, so round of applause there, sounds like people are getting up to their feet. That's good news. We didn't come here to hurt anybody, we came to have a good day's entertainment.
I didn't know that we keep going back.
Oh, the track is now clear. One outfit being pushed back to the pits. Number 16 and Matt Fumarola and Sean Yates. In the red helmets, James Rogers and Mark Cossar. Looks like we've only got 5 on her. 6-1 coming across the centre green, so this will be one of the reserves coming into play here. On the inside then, the 22, James Rogers and Mark Cossar.
Black one is Darrin Treloar.
Number 16, Matt Fumarola and Sean Yates, closest to me here on the outside of the grid. Moving in there, number 6, Simon Wall and Kev Jones. Number 3, Craig Cheetham and Kev Williams. Then number 1 is Darrin Treloar and Justin Plaisted. And number 22 is Gary Radley. I must admit I forgot those passenger and Gary this afternoon. So they come to the line to do battle. This is race 20. They're all stationed on the line. Away they go. Honestly, with the bumps into the first corner, and away we go. James Rogers looking like he's got it on the inside line, but who's there goes? Darrin Treloar. Darrin's it, I need to ask. Darrin Treloar and Justin Plaisted power around the outside and get their nose in front. Around they come then. Darrin Treloar and Justin Plaisted from Australia. Simon Wall looks across at James Rogers as they come past the finish line here. Those two are locked in the battle for second and third place. James Rogers seems to have got the better of it as they come out of that pits turn, and down the back straight they go. The green helmets though of Darrin Treloar and Justin Plaisted are powering away out in front. Well, number 6, Simon Wall in second place. Made it back up to second, and James Rogers drops to third. Looks like we're going to drop the third here, he's not careful. It's Craig Cheetham, comes up alongside down that back straight, gets his nose in front. No mistake in the Aussie on the front line. Darrin just in place, it's just one more lap to go. Simon Wall in second, then Craig Cheetham. Gary Radley was bringing up the rear. Into the last turn then for the last time. The checkered flag is being made ready. Putting the power down to the ground. Darrin Treloar and Justin Plaisted win. Simon Wall and Kev Jones in second. Craig Cheetham, Kevin Williams in third. Race 20, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it gets a bit technical. This is race 20. It starts with a green box at the top. Starts with a green box at the top. Race 20. Don't put it in the wrong place. In the green box goes 7 points. In the yellow box 4 points. In the blue box 5 points. In the white box 0 score. In the grey box 3 points. In the red box 2 points. And number 24, the reserve there, Impact was 22, Gary Radley 1 point. 1 minute 29.73 seconds, 57.77 miles per hour. This looks like being race 21. In those black helmet colours with the grey box in the score chart, that's Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. Riding number 8, Paul Bickley and Paul Silvera. Riding number 5, Paul Whitelam and Tony Baseby. They had a no score, 3 points, 7 points. They're coming good. Number 10, there's the favourite for this race, Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe. Also Steve Smith and Carl Squirrel. And Peter Lloyd, Terry Madley. The revs rise, the tapes fly, and here they come. Steve Smith again, another wheelie as he left the start there, but it did him no good at all. Oh, there's a tangle up in the first turn, and two outfits really come together there. Steve Smith scorches through on the inside. Red flags are up. The red flags are up. Again, the race being stopped in the interest of safety. Those two outfits tangling on that first turn. Certainly see outfit number 8, Paul Bickley and Paul Silvera, in that tangle up on the far side. I think the other one could have been Paul Whitelam and Kev Jones. Race 21 comes back to the line then. Looking at those green helmets for Steve Smith and Carl Squirrel. In the red helmets, Paul Whitelam, Tony Baseby. In the yellow helmets, Paul Bickley, Paul Silvera. In the blue helmets, Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe. In the black helmets, Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. In the white helmets, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. 6 outfits to do battle. They're all on the line. They're all sitting still. Away they go. Real problems with the classic gearbox on that number 2 outfit. Meanwhile, the rest of them scorch into the first turn. Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe down the back straight. In the blue helmets, miles clear on the second turn. Ivor Matthews coming through on the inside for second, or is he? Ivor Matthews spins round. He's got it back under control, but he's in last place now. He's gone from second to last in one easy movement. That's how quick it happens in grass track and speedway racing. Down the back straight they go then. Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe still hanging on to their maximum point score. The Pocket Rocket Paul Whitelam is in second place. Around they come then. To see the last lap flag, we have Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe. From Paul Whitelam and Kev Jones. From Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. And it's all happening here. Down the back straight they go then. Look at the lead that the Aussies have got over us Brits here this afternoon. Round they come then. The checkered flag is out. Number 10, Scott Christopher and Trent Koppe take the win. Paul Whitelam in second place, Terry Madley in third, then Paul Silvera and Steve Smith side by side over the line, and Ivor Matthews completes race distance.